We all know how important technology is these days, especially when it comes to your business. And along with that, we know how important it is to make sure that you have good security with that technology. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today with our coastal expert. Joining me now is Chuck Brown, who is the founder and CEO of Infinity Inc. It's great to see you, Chuck.
Thanks, good to be here.
So let's jump right in right now because technology is ever changing and it's so important to a business.
Absolutely. Pretty much everything you do these days relies on technology, from your credit card processing to how you talk to your customers and how you get customers.
Would you say that all businesses need some type of security practice in place?
Absolutely. And that's true not just for businesses, even a home user. If you don't have at least antivirus on your computer, that's a foolish approach. There are antivirus softwares that are free. Some come with the newer versions of Windows built in. There are chargeable antiviruses, so even on the very lowest level, you can do something. But again, we'll talk about some of the things that you can do, but the most important thing is user education. In every case, it's being cautious when you go on the web. Be cautious about the places you go. You may go to a website that's perfectly innocent that says, click here to download XYZ or some other application. You have to be very careful where you're going, what you're downloading, what you're allowing to run on your computer. And that applies to just someone at home with their own PC. Can
you tell me some different threats that we should be aware of today?
Absolutely. Phishing attempts are probably the biggest thing that you hear the most about now. Phishing attempts where you get emails, you click on something. Ransomware is another huge problem now. Ransomware affects a lot of people, and I was reading something yesterday. The average ransomware demand is about $500, but they go up into the tens of thousands. So ransomware, something gets installed on your computer. Typically, it's from an email download payload. So you install something, it goes out and it encrypts files that it finds on your computer and on your network, and typically it will jump from computer to computer. And then at some point, you will get an email or you will get a message on your computer that says to unencrypt your files, you have to pay us such and such amount of money. One of the difficult things about ransomware is the people doing it have gotten very smart. So instead of just infecting and immediately telling you there's a problem, what happens often is they will infect, they will start to encrypt slowly, and this may take place over a matter of weeks or months, so that by the time you know it, your backups have all expired, they've all rolled off.
And it's probably going on, and you don't even know. You're unaware.
Right. That's exactly right.
That's a scary thing. What about antivirus software? I mean, is it a one-size-fits-all? Are they all alike? Or do I need to buy something that is like the best brand?
There are 2 or 3 categories of antivirus software. The first category, and again, they're varying sizes, they're varying capabilities, but at its simplest, antivirus software is pattern-based. So what it does is it either watches or can be invoked manually. It watches things that go on your computer and it looks for signatures. So the way it works is a computer gets infected, either the software automatically notifies the antivirus manufacturer, or the user submits a sample or something like that. The antivirus manufacturer has computer scientists that look at that virus, analyze it, and they find snippets of code that are unique to that virus, and then they update a database. The database is then uploaded to their software every so often, and then from then on, the software can recognize that virus and know what to do with it. Until that virus is recognized, it's called a zero-day virus. So what that means is that if you're one of the unlucky people that happen to get that virus before the signatures are updated, the software doesn't recognize it and you're going to get infected and it's going to do damage. So that's one way of doing it. And again, the vendors that do that are of varying quality. There's hundreds of them out there. Some of that software is free. When you buy a new Windows 10 computer now, it has Microsoft Defender on it, which is Microsoft's free version of antivirus. Norton, Symantec, all these different companies, McAfee, all the large players make software like that.
Right.
The problem with those is zero-day viruses, it can take a while to diagnose and it can take a while to update the patterns. Also, again, the virus writers have gotten very smart. These softwares will morph themselves. They will actually change their own code so that the pattern no longer matches so that they can get through. Some of the newer, more advanced software, rather than being pattern-based, is activity-based. So what it's designed to do is watch for appropriate behavior on your computer. So for example, when you start Word, if Word tries to launch a program, the software will look at that activity and go, wait a minute, Word shouldn't be launching programs. I better ask about this. and that way it can catch things as they try to do things that are bad rather than catching them by looking at patterns, which makes them much more effective.
And all of these things that we're discussing right now, I mean, you guys really are the experts where this comes into play, and everything that we're discussing right now, Infinity Inc. can help.
Absolutely, we can. We take security very seriously. One thing I didn't mention before is in that layered security, one of the most important pieces is your backup. It's not really a defense against something happening, but good backups, if something fails and someone does get through, good backups will allow you to recover your data. So that's a huge part. So two of the things that we look at with any new client we take on are how are their backups done? Are they sufficient? Are we going to be able to restore something if something goes wrong? And then look at those layers of defense to make certain they're in place. And again, some businesses have different requirements than others. If you're a healthcare organization, for example, you fall under HIPAA regulations, which means a breach to you means penalties, means reporting to the government. It has different meaning to different organizations. So what you need to do to protect for those things has different meaning and different values to you.
And of course, that's what makes you guys the experts when it comes to providing business network security. Chuck, I want to thank you for joining us. It's always great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
If you'd like more information on Infinity Inc. or any of our coastal experts, just check out our Coastal Experts page. You'll find that at wsav.com.